So one of the projects that we are piloting right now on the Solve for Good platform is a project that's about mitigating eviction risk for residents in the city of Dallas. And this project was born out of two different partner organizations. So the city of Dallas and Genesis over there, and then the Child Poverty Action Lab with Ashley Flores. And she's on the call. We'll see if we can get her in a little bit later. But this project was born out of an effort to try and help with eviction risk that's happening in the city of Dallas. So right now, given the current situation of COVID-19, a moratorium was placed on evictions in the city of Dallas. And actually, that moratorium just expired a few days ago until June 15th. And one of the issues there is that as soon as this moratorium expires, there's going to be a large number of evictions that are filed immediately. As soon as landlords are able to send these evictions in, they're likely to do so. And so in preparation for this, the City of Dallas and the Child Poverty Action Lab have access to what's known as a lump sum of money called the Eviction Mitigation Funding. And it comes from a couple different sources, including some government sources. And the idea here is that this money can be used to help individuals that are at high risk of eviction. But there's a bit of a problem and an issue, which is that it's not always easy to identify who needs this money and how to get the message out. So the idea behind this project and the challenge that the team is trying to tackle is how do we identify those areas that are most at risk for eviction so that the City of Dallas and the Child Poverty Action Lab can do direct outreach and say, hey, we have this eviction mitigating funding that will really help you, that might help you in the near future here. And so after these partners came to us, we went through this project scoping phase and kind of talked about the project and what different types of data were available and how this data might be able to be used to help solve this problem and this challenge. And then we have 3 volunteers who have all come forward for this project. And this is Anne, Anna, and Tanguy. And I want them, I guess, to all introduce themselves. So now I'll pass it over to you, Tanguy.
You did a great introduction. The only thing I would add is the Child Poverty Action Lab. We're a nonprofit based in Dallas, and we work on issues that drive poverty. So we're not a direct service provider, but rather we work with frontline institutions like the City of Dallas to leverage data and insights through human-centered design processes to solve problems for families in the city. And so we're excited to partner with the city and also the DSSG team to build a fact base around eviction so that we can better support families upstream of a crisis event that might result in housing displacement.
Anne with an E. I graduated in 2018 with my undergrad degree with a focus in statistics and environmental science. And 3 days after graduation, flew to Portugal to be a fellow with Andrew, actually. And it was a really, really great experience for me because I was coming out of undergrad kind of trying to figure out what I was going to do with this degree. There's lots of options in data science, obviously, and it gave me a really good framing for like what I thought was important and the kind of passion I wanted in the projects I was working on. And it's been really formative, and the community is amazing, and I'm excited to be here. Now I work as a full-time research analyst at the Stanford Sustainability and Artificial Intelligence Lab, and I currently focus on research on wildfire. And with that, I'll pass to Anna.
Okay, thank you. Hi, so my name is Anna. I'm from Barcelona, and I was lucky to be one of the last fellows last year in the UK. And now I work as a data scientist in a research center here in Barcelona and mostly focus on energy-related projects. So my background is in mathematics and sustainability. So I think that energy and environment are like 2 of the fields I enjoy the most, and as a data scientist. And I'm super excited to be here. I really wanted to keep being part of this community. And so I think this project is going to be like super cool and super fun.
Cool. So hi everyone, this is Tong. I'm also a volunteer working on this project. I'm currently a 6-year PhD at the University of Michigan Ann Arbor. I have been interested in human-centered data science in general, where I can help to solve social problems with the data science techniques. So before this project, I was a 2018 DSSG fellow working on the house project to help the New York City identify the tenants who are at high risk of having landlord harassment. That was a really good experience for me to see how data science can have real-world social social impact. So when I learned about the 10, especially after the recent outbreak of the COVID-19, I was super excited. I was like, I'm definitely in. This is exactly what I've been looking for, to use knowledge to help people improve their life. So here I am. And for this project, as Andrew and Ashley have talked about, the main of this project are to minimize the number of people who are evicted from their homes and to maximize the number of people that can be assisted with their risk mitigating funds. So to realize these goals, we might approach this eviction problem from 3 aspects: to describe, to understand, and to predict, so that our partner can ideally conduct interventions. So for describing the data granular level, like which neighborhoods, which buildings, or which apartments have had the highest risk of eviction. And we want to understand what factors like demographic are correlated with the eviction, and how each of these variables are related to the eviction. So some examples of these factors could be the racial breakdown, the average household size, and household income. And after we describe and we understand the data, next step would be to predict the properties at high risk of eviction, so that we can give this risk score to our partner for their future intervention. So currently, we already got half of the eviction records, and we are working on cleaning the data, and we are doing some data descriptives. More data such as ECS data and student mobility data are on the way to us. So that's basically what we are at right